and welcome to Monte Carlo to Marlow. This podcast is sponsored by the Marlow Living Loyalty app. Welcome to Monte Carlo to Marlow. Describe to us where you are today.
So we are in, let me just adjust this real quick, my stand. We are today at Seaside Juicery in Monaco, in the center of the old town called La Condamine. And so, yes, this is Seaside Juicery. I'm the lucky founder of Seaside Juicery. We are a juice bar and a vegan canteen. And yes.
And tell everyone how that came about, how you came about setting up a place in Monaco. You were born in Monaco, but your parents and your heritage is Mauritius?
Mauritius, indeed.
Beautiful Mauritius.
Yes, indeed. Thanks. Yeah, born and grew up in Monaco until I was 21, 22, I believe. And then I moved overseas. My parents are from Mauritius, so they migrated here in the late 70s. And every year I would go to Mauritius, and I grew up with, the beautiful culinary culture that we have there, the spices, the fruits, the juice, fresh coconut water, fit in the sand on the beach every day in a little ghetto by the water called Maibor. And yeah, I moved overseas, lived overseas for about 15 years, and then came back to Monaco. We lived overseas with my family between, Manhattan in New York, Washington, D.C., Sydney in Australia, the U.K., Malta. And everywhere this whole travel, I was always teaching sport, and I was practicing and competing sports as a semi-pro taekwondo athlete. And this is how the journey started, really. It started with sports performances.
So sports was your kind of entry level into nutrition and getting to know about how to feed your body for performance.
That's correct. Yes, yes. So putting the right fuel inside your body to perform for recovery and for performance and preparation. When I was in 2006, a coach of mine, taekwondo coach of mine, fifth dan in taekwondo, his name is Yun Chul Yung. He used to tell me, if you want to make power, eat vegetables and eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. And I was here stuffing myself with unhealthy foods and snacks, and that resonated with me. So I quickly became integrated more vegetables and fruits into my diet. And while I was living in Sydney, I became mostly vegetarian, and I was training a lot and teaching taekwondo. And this is where I could see that there was already a difference in my recovery, and moved back to the States around 2016. I was not in good health. I had some bad cholesterol. I was was carrying weight. And I was teaching 3 times a day, kickboxing, taekwondo, cycling to work, doing a lot of activity, physical activity. And I had pain, joint pain, arthritis in my legs, in my ankles. And some friend of mine that were vegan talked to me about veganism, plant-based food, I should say. And it reminded me of my vegetarian days. And I became, overnight, I just stopped eating any animal product, starting doing a lot of smoothies, brought my invested into my first Vitamix, actually my second.
I saw in one of your interviews about your journeys around the world with blenders and juicers. It sounds really similar to me. Anywhere I go, I have to have a blender.
Yeah, they are essentials.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, they are essentials.
So what were you putting in your smoothies then, you felt, to kind of compensate, to try
Yeah.
of, pack the energy levels in there and protein? I mean, obviously you're using plant-based protein, you're not using whey or anything. So how did you find the right products for your smoothies?
I used to do a lot of the same smoothie until it upsets my stomach. It was kale, a lot of kale. I put 1 or 2 dates, half a banana. I'll put cacao in it, hemp milk, which is rich in protein. I'll put spirulina and chunk in a like a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, which are hyper rich in protein. And this will be my day to day, like start the day, lunch, dinners kind of smoothie. For recovery, for everything. You get good iron, you get a lot of phytonutrients. And
Is that on the menu?
That was on the menu,
Is that
yes.
on the menu now?
It was up there. It was called the kale and in choco smoothie, something like that. But we removed it. We changed the menu, removed it, and yeah, that was kind of the first smoothie I really really enjoyed making. And then yeah, it changed.
Then you evolve into like Smoothie King.
Yeah, sort
It's
of.
funny though, isn't it? I tend to do the same one all the time because I wanna get everything in there. So I want my vitamin C, my collagen, my creatine, my hemp, my flax seeds,
Yeah,
and it ends up being so much. And then you think, "Oh, sea moss gel, that's good." And,
yeah, yeah.
it's like a 15 ingredient smoothie before you even, like, get out
All
the door.
right, it's a full meal.
Yeah, exactly. I like to feel like I've got all the good stuff in the morning. It
Yeah,
feels like a really good way to start the day.
to start the day. Yeah, that's a good way to start the day, indeed. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
These was your kinda gateway into upping your plant-based, yeah, routine, and then what were you eating and you felt like you were replacing your protein, your meat and dairy protein with? What became your kind of staples?
Yeah, I tested a little bit of everything. I've tested a lot of so the main kind of fuel was juicing, a lot of juices with, all sorts of colored juices, a lot of salads and smoothies. That was the main kind of fuel. Still is till this day. The protein, I explored a little bit of everything. To be honest with you, I've tried a lot of, the highly refined kind of protein alternative that you find in grocery stores, the fake meat, the fake chicken, the the tofu, all of this stuff until it didn't feel right to me and to my gut.
It's just too processed, isn't it?
Yeah,
It doesn't feel, healthy, really.
exactly. And very quickly, my body told me that this is not right. Your body reacts the next day. If you ate the day before, if it was good for you or not. So I started following my mentor. Actually, my mentor, Dr. Aristhène, back in 2014. I started following him, and yeah, he was talking. There's some videos where he talks about the protein. There's some videos, and I started making just not eating as much protein. Period. I stick with a lot of tempeh, a lot of grains. Has alternatives. Any nuts that I could find, I would eat. I would put a lot of grains on my salad, so a lot of pumpkin seeds, a lot of hemp seeds, chopped up almonds, chopped up any grains that I could get my hand on. I would chuck it in my routine, but I reduced a lot my protein consumption. And at first, I was very worried about dropping the protein amount because you train so much. I trained so much. So I started buying plant protein, and that is also a highly processed, didn't go well with me. And today, I barely eat any protein. I don't train as much, so I guess I don't need as much, but you know, I'm in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I've
We
met
got
you. You look like your protein levels are just fine.
Yeah,
But it's interesting that I think guys, particularly, especially if they are working out and training, and obviously the culture at the moment, it's all like, you got to eat protein, you got to make sure that per kilo there's a certain amount of protein. But I think it's really unrealistic to try and have 30 grams of protein with every single meal, which is what we're kind of told.
yeah.
So, and a lot of people aren't considering fiber's really important and a really good mix of fruit and vegetables. And as you say, like nuts and grains. I think protein has become like the big, most important thing on your plate, whereas actually it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. If you're not gonna use that extra protein you're putting in your body, this protein is gonna sit within you. It's gonna clog you up. It's gonna turn into fat. If you're not turning this protein into fuel, into energy to burn, to go and run outside and cycle and lift weight, then you don't need as much, because then it's gonna clog you up. It's gonna make you sick. It's gonna give you cholesterol. You don't need as much protein. Yeah,
Do
that's
you feel like you're the first plant-based cafe in Monaco? Is that right?
so. There, not officially.
Okay.
There was a restaurant, a plant-based restaurant
That Djokovic had.
from Djokovic some 10 years ago.
Yeah, I went to it. It was there when I did my festival actually. But it was as they were building the Maritera, it was around that area. So I
Yeah,
think there was a lot of building works there. So the
Okay.
position wasn't great.
Okay, yes, I've been there a few times, long time ago. But the real juice bar with, the juice bar vibes, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and serving, fresh cold pressed juices and plant-based food. We're the first one. Yeah, we're the first one. And today, till this day, since we opened 2.5 years ago now, we're still the only one.
Do you feel like you're educating your customers in telling them that they don't need so much protein? Because obviously you've been through it, you've done the research, you know about nutrition, you've been, working, training people. So do you feel like you're in a position to educate people that are coming in and saying, I need more tofu on my poke bowl?
Yes, we do a lot of that naturally because it's a passion. I like to spread the word and uh, awareness around plant foods and how plant protein is actually, and it's scientifically proven now, it's actually the best protein for human consumption. But yes, I do share a lot of that information with customers. We actually have on the counter a couple of books here. I have one here, it talks about mucusless diet and how to remove any inflammation in your body in order to turn your body into a fully operating machine without any disease. So yeah, we spread the word a lot. Now, what will be good for me might not be good for another person. It really depends on different metabolisms. If you're a mesomorph or ectomorph or endomorph, if you burn fast, if you have a slow metabolism, it all depends on that. People that have really, really fast metabolism potentially need more calories. Otherwise, they burn so much, so they probably need more protein. But I can tell walking through the door your body type and whether you need protein, more protein that I do or not, or more than you're asking. So yeah, definitely we advise people. And I think that's what makes the whole Seaside Juicery experience a little different is that it is a business, but before that, it's a passion. We talk food science here. We all, been plant based back in the kitchen with my chefs. We all plant based. We can talk food science because this is what we've studied, this is what we've done for years, and we give that to the customers.
Do you ever do any, I know you're planning retreats after the summer. Do you ever do any like workshops or anything in the cafe as well? Maybe like after like weekends or in the evenings? I can just imagine a kind of workshop going on there.
Yeah. Yes. The shop is a little small.
I mean, you've got the outside area. You could take that over as well.
Yes, we have retreat. So the next retreat that's it's a different format. It's a lot shorter. It's 3 days, over a 3 days weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 26th of September. We're the format of this retreat is going to be around workshop, around teaching food science, showing people how to make juices at home, food combination, food pairing, ingredient pairing, sorry, how to make raw plant-based food in a couple of minutes at home that hits all the micronutrients. And so we're going to spend every day 3 to 4 hours in the kitchen, but also we're going to spend the rest of the time exercising, going out in the sun, soaking up you know, the nature, because that's also our number one food is the sun and the oxygen. So we're going to do a lot.
Where's the retreat, John? Whereabouts is it?
The retreat is going to be in Gian. It's called Gian. Yeah,
Okay.
it's about 2 hours drive west from Monaco. And this is where I usually go kite surfing. It's a really beautiful kind of surfing vibe, part of France. And it's the mecca of kite surfing in the south of France. And it's a really beautiful place. Once you're there, you feel like you're on holidays already. There's no buildings. It's just pure nature. The beach and the pine trees right behind you. It's
Sounds
beautiful.
amazing. Even though you're in a beautiful spot already, it's
Oh,
amazing to
yes.
say it feels like being on holiday. If anyone thought of Monaco, they think, "Oh, palm trees and beaches," but obviously, that's your life that you're living there. What do you think the attitude of people's health and diet has been in Monaco? Do you think post-COVID that people have been more aware and less party people? I think one of the things I wanted to discuss with you is about alcohol as well. I know that in the UK, there's more and more people. I personally don't drink anymore, and there's more and more people that don't drink. What do you think the attitudes are about health in such a party place?
I think that uh, that definitely COVID has enabled a global shift of consciousness towards more healthier, having healthier habits on a daily basis. Definitely I felt it around me, around my friends, around my network, around my family. Monaco is a city of where entertainment is top notch. So you have a lot of great restaurants. The party scene is still there. I think people are still doing all of these things, are still partying hard, still consuming a lot of alcohol. I think, in my belief, still too much. But I think people are doing that more consciously with more moderation. And they have, what I'm seeing actually from the people that are coming to the shop is that they come to the shop, but they have the right habit. They're going to come the next day after a heavy dinner or a party, and they're going to have, some, charcoal water, or they're going to have some ginger shots, or they're going to ask us to make some lemon water to reset their digestive system.
Mindful then, really, which is
Yeah, more exactly, more mindful, and there's a lot more. There's a growing community of yogis, of Pilates instructors. While before it was really hard to find a good yogi, to find a good Pilates instructor in Monaco. That was very rare. All the years that I lived overseas, I would always come back to Monaco and struggle to find a good yoga class, or a good Pilates studio, or do something. And so now you have all of this available. And I think that people are still going out, still having a good time, but they have definitely implemented healthier practice on a daily, because they come to our shop, they go, do their jogs, they're jogging in the morning, they do their cycling. You see them all, and it's every level. So I think, there's a greater, better consciousness in Monaco around, healthy habits and having doing sports. Sorry, little flies, fruit flies.
it feels like you're building a kind of a healthy community as well around your customers and maybe your friends and your network. Do you do any collaborations in sort of like meeting up at the shop for a run or a cycle? Are you kind of building that into your business model?
Yes, we are. This is something that we've always thought about doing, right even before we open our doors, is to grow the community. Is so first of all, we're a juice bar, a plant-based canteen, but we represent a community. So we know all of our customers like they're our friends. So we're building this beautiful community here in the doors inside the shop. So that's one thing. Second thing, we are here in the summer every Thursday from 1st of July till, I don't know, sometimes later in September. We're doing paddleboarding classes. So we're meeting on the beach. Every customer rent their paddle boards. I bring fruits, I bring juices, I bring
Wow.
reggae music, and we go out
What
on
beach
the
are you
water.
on? Where are you meeting?
So right now we're meeting in Cap Dai,
Okay.
beach in Cap Dai, because it's easier. There's a sailing school there.
Yeah, I know.
So we go for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half of paddleboarding, stand-up paddleboarding, and we snorkel. So we soak up the elements of nature, the oxygen, the fresh air from the sea, the salty air, and the sun. This is food. So we're nourishing our mind, we're nourishing our bodies with these external elements. And then we do that. We're meeting up. We're having a good time. Everybody meets and talk, all cultures of the world. Then we get to the beach, and I pull out all the beautiful fruits, watermelon, whatever is in season right now
You're
is,
creating a little bit of Mauritius down in Cap d'Agde.
yeah, sort of. And then we put, good Afrobeat, good music, juices, fresh, beautiful juices, and everybody talks and laugh and have a good time. So we create the community through Seaside Juicery and through that kind of event. We also, we're lucky to have the Monaco Run Club that started, they're having a great success. They launched about a couple months back. And every Saturday, maybe every 3 weeks, they come to us on Saturdays. They meet up here at 9:30 in front of the shop. They go for 5 to 10K. They come back an hour later, and there's a line at the door. They all want the best hydration. So, watermelon juice, coconut water to stay hydrated. They have good smoothies. And yeah, it allows, to meet up and create a larger community. thanks to
Who
them.
started that run club? I might need to get them on the podcast for a chat.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The one of the co-founders is a great contact and a great person, great vibes. We are not partnering up. We've partnered up with events like International Yoga Day to continue to promote plant foods and juices in
Are they still doing the event on the square, at the casino square?
yeah, behind the
Yeah.
casino.
Is it Sunshine Yo
It was there was Annette, there was a few instructors and these a lot of different instructors were part of the
Such
beautiful.
an amazing event.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
free. It's free
Yeah.
and it's at
I've
the
been I've been doing it in Marlow on summer solstice. So
okay.
where I live here, I've for the last 2 years, I've done a free community meditation and yoga in the grass in the park. So it's my little tribute to the casino square there, and it's so lovely. It's such a lovely evening.
Yes, yes. I mean that's what life is about, is sharing. It's creating the community and spreading love and good practices, healthy practices with everyone. I have to come and visit you up there.
Marlow is beautiful, actually. I mean, it's not Monaco, but actually, we're by the river. The worst thing about it is that the river is polluted. So, as much as people are on paddle boards and there's some cleaner lakes and things that are, safe to be swimming in, the main part of the river, it needs a big cleanup. So, it feels so sad to be so close to water and not be able to jump in it because my instinct is like, I want to go for a swim. But, you even see the dog swimming thinking, that's not going to go down well. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's not too far out of London, and it's it's really we've got great food scene here as well. Actually, it's a really good. In fact, I'm talking to someone tomorrow, a guy that has been working in a Michelin star restaurant here, 2 stars, and he was behind the bar. And he's now developed his own rum. His family are like Jamaican heritage, and distillery approached him, and he's now doing his rum. It's a great name. It's called Dark but Friendly.
Right, like dark and stormy kind of
Yeah, Dark
hint.
but Friendly. Yeah.
Dark and yeah.
So I was speaking to him tomorrow about his process of doing that. Yeah, there's lots of great entrepreneurs here as well. I kind of see similarities in the types of people that live in Monte Carlo and Marlow.
Okay.
When's
Beautiful.
the last time you came to the UK?
I believe I went to London actually last year to meet my mentor. August last year, I was there for a couple of days to help my mentor for a plant-based event in London.
Where was that? Can you remember what the event was?
The event was called, the name of the event was Food is the Medicine.
Okay.
There was another event outside of London called the Medicine Festival or something like this.
Okay. I'll look it up.
And it
We love
was
a festival in the UK. There's many this time of year, there's like wilderness. There's actually a really good event that's become it's the Health Optimization Summit. Have you heard of that?
no,
So it's people from all around the world, really brilliant experts, and kind of like it's a bit more focused towards like biohacking and the kind of the red light therapy and the types of things that are, peptides. But it's really interesting seeing all the research and the kind of people that are working in that part of the health industry.
absolutely, absolutely, because that research is what gives us confidence, people like us, to continue do our work and know why we're doing it. Absolutely, that's good.
Could you see another Seaside Juicery in Monaco? Is your plan to expand?
Yes, we're definitely looking to expand. Monaco is a question mark because of the cost of real estate here. But we're growing our operations. We're growing our juice operations.
See you in Nice.
Yes, we'd like to open to grow. Definitely along France and along other little countries. I can't really talk about it too much, but there is a
Okay.
plan to expand.
Brilliant.
So we need to put the structure and the business model and the whole financial model behind it and push it, and it's going to happen. That's the
You've only been open 2.5 years. So,
so yeah,
you need to find out what your brand is as well, doesn't it? You can come in with one plan, and then by the time you meet your customers and the menu changes, it
yeah,
helps you get to know what's successful and what people want more, because it's one thing knowing what you want. As you say, people are coming in and thinking,
exactly.
I want this. I've been and I've eaten your amazing food, I'm very happy to say, and I'll definitely be coming back. But yeah, it's not long. 2.5 years isn't long to have your
It's
place.
still, yeah, we're still little babies. No, we are changing a lot of the things internally. We're going to be, changing our menu, changing our internal operation and the way it's all structured. So that's going to be reflected on our menu as well. So we're going to have more. I can't really talk about it yet because it's not like,
We'll come back for another for another chat once you've changed everything.
and that reflects basically the business model of the whole company. And that's what's going to be copied and reproduced elsewhere in other locations. But the goal is to really spread the seaside lifestyle, the seaside juicery lifestyle, which is a lifestyle that is in line, in harmony with the elements of nature that we have here by this beautiful seaside waterfront, the sea air, the mountain, the sun, the oxygen, and being active. And then when you're sensitive like that and you consume nature and you fuel yourself with the elements of nature, you want to put nature inside you. So you put plant foods, functional living foods that we make here at the shop. So it's promoting this lifestyle really. And to do that, I would like for this business to grow along the waterfront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when I did my event in Your Element, that's why I didn't want to do it in London as a festival, because for me, I wanted to do it somewhere that was outside by the sea. I feel like if you're doing a wellness event, you need to be somewhere where you can breathe fresh air
Yeah.
and you can see beautiful sea and do breath work, on the beach. So it was important for me that the whole experience is exactly what you've just described, that you feel the sun
Absolutely.
on your skin and you're not in some awful warehouse, which is what a lot of the events tend to be, in these kind of fake lighting, air conditioned rooms that to me don't really spell
Yeah.
wellness.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what really liked about the event that I was mentioning last year outside of London. I think it's called Medicine Festival. It was out in the forest. Everybody, a lot of them were barefooted and sleeping right there in the event's venue in their little tent. And you wake up and the sun is here, the trees are here, the oxygen is there.
Yeah.
It's
Your
all
feet are on the
part.
grass and you can look up at the sky. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all part of the experience, definitely. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, just to wrap up as a kind of an insider's guide to where you feel that somebody that practices the kind of lifestyle that you do, where would you say people would should go in Monaco? What other places do you think people should visit, even if it's a certain beach or a yoga studio or something? It doesn't have to be a restaurant. Or what would be your kind of your Monaco for people as a little tip?
There's like some hidden little spots in Monaco where I would go. There's a little hidden beach just a couple streets down from here. They call it the secret beach, but it's not
Okay.
secret anymore.
We can't share that then.
It's a off the beaten path, and you need to go down some little stairs, and you have like a beach that can welcome maybe like 50 people, not more. It's like it's really nice. You have the main beach of Monaco, obviously, which is very beautiful. And I grew up going to that beach every summer. It's great. It has a little juice bar. There's a juice bar there that you can find, so you can go, have a little dip and have a nice juice from a local juice bar there. But it's not Seaside Juicery juices. It's
Well, no, I was gonna say, how are you even mentioning another juice bar?
yeah, 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 true.
You do takeout. Someone could get yours
We
and
do
take it.
takeouts,
Yeah.
yeah. Monaco, I think I like the beach right on the outskirt of Monaco. Monaco is very built up. It's really beautiful, the beach there. But if you want a little bit more like a wild nature, then you have to go just outside. Around Saint Jean Cap Ferrat, there's some really gorgeous spots, little creeks that you can just walk on the waterfront path, bring your towel, go down a
And just
few
jump in.
and
That's
jump in.
closer to where I am in Villefranche, so I'll do the walk
Yes.
around the Cap, and you've
Yeah.
got Paloma and the beautiful walk around, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the little beach in Saint-Jean actually, because that's feels quite small as well.
Yes, it's beautiful, beautiful. There is La Pinede. It's a
Mhm.
restaurant just there in Cap d'Aille. You have beautiful waterfront, little beach just in front of it with a shower. Can just jump in. At sunset, I love to do that. go for a quick swim, bring my goggles, my snorkel, and my fins, and just go for a big snorkeling session. Come out, take a shower, go up to La Pinette restaurant for a little plate of, raw vegetables. And then
Crudité is a big thing in France, isn't it? It's quite traditional to have a big crudité and then just some, like, garlic dip or something. It's, something that most people don't really associate with French food.
yes, they do a lot of that here. A lot of the beach picnic is usually you always find, carrot, cucumber, celery sticks, little dip, hummus, and fresh tomatoes and bread. And yeah, it's simple. It's great because we should do that more. Go back to the simple, like mono foods.
Or gut, it's the best way to start your meal, isn't it? With raw vegetables. It helps you digest the rest of your meal.
That's right. So the plates, there's always, if you look at the plates that they sell outside, there's always like a side salad. And that's the healthy part that everybody that
Just
is
puts
left
to the
off,
side.
that is put to the side. But that's the healthiest part of the meal. The guys are eating their meat, their fries, but they're leaving the fresh cucumber salad that is beautiful, highly rich in nutrients. They're leaving it. And that's what helps you break down the rest of the food that you just ate. So
Yeah.
absolutely, yes, we need to eat more raw foods because the living enzyme within that food is alive. It's living food, and that's what nourishes and helps us digest the rest. Yes.
Well, thanks for your knowledge. Did you want to go into anything else about plants and the environment and plant-based diet, or do you feel like you're happy with what we covered?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the fact that our planet, right? Our planet, I have two little kids, and I had a pretty good upbringing. I had a pretty beautiful childhood with loads of nature, great temperatures, and I'm always worried, as a father, what is the world, what is the planet that we're gonna give to our younger generations? And today, we're all as human beings, we've been consuming this planet for many, many, many years. And today it's at the point of not to the point of no return. There's still chances that we can save our planet and reverse global warming, but it requires us to become a lot more aware of the food that we put on our plate. And today there's a lot of research that's talk about plant-based and the impact of animal foods on the climate. I'm not going to go into that because it's very political, but when you eat plant-based food, every day, it changes your whole vibration. It changes, it nourishes food. It's healing food. So your body has the capacity of healing itself. We just need to put the right nutrients in it. And then you're free of diseases. You're free of cancer, of diabetes, of heart respiratory disease if you're putting the right nutrients in it. And the good thing is that by eating more plant foods, you're doing good to the environment because you're not releasing methane or nitrous oxide in contributing to the animal food production, which is causing global warming. And you're doing good to the animal cause. So it's all great. When you eat plant food, you can't be feeling bad for anything. It's good for you, it's good for the environment, it's good for the animal, it's good for
It's a
the
win-win.
it's a win-win. Plus, you're doing sports, it's going to help you perform, and it's going to teach the younger generation to look up to what you're doing so they can do the same. So that's all I wanted to say. I wake up every day. I am blessed. I am grateful. I wake up as a plant-based father, teaching that kind of lifestyle to my two kids and, living a life that is fully one-on-one in connection with nature from
Yeah,
the
it's the
outside
way
to
forward
the inside.
for
Yes,
sure.
indeed. Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's something really, I think, important that I think
Well, you're passionate about it, which I think is, it's a really nice thing. And you're passing it on to your children, your family, and your community, which, it's all good vibes, isn't it?
it is indeed. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, thanks so
Thank,
much, John. It's really good to see you again. I'll be
thank
back over in October. So
Looking forward to welcome
I'll
you.
come over and see you in person and say hi.
Yes, yes. We wait to give you a warm welcome.